Hello, Primes. So, everybody can agree that the Transformers movies aren't the greatest, especially at explaining things. However, there is actually one character in one movie who had a very interesting character arc. Not well explained, but it's quite visually there. That character is Jetfire. If you don't know him, he's that old jet transformer who cannot do anything to save his life. But at least he came in to save the day at the end. Anyway, one might wonder, how did he end up in the museum? Why couldn't he just transform and escape? Well, Jetfire once served directly under Megatron as sort of a second in command before Starscream was there. When Megatron told Jetfire to do this, go destroy some stuff, Jetfire refused because he was starting to see that the Decepticon way was not the good way. And it took him a little while, but so the Fallen himself, you know, he essentially told Jetfire to do the same thing. However, Jetfire has always wanted to see a Prime. I mean, why wouldn't you? A Prime is like the highest honor on Cybertron. But he viewed the Fallen as a traitor, a bit of a fool, in fact. So he refused to do what they said. So the Fallen banished Jetfire to a military base, of all things, hoping that the humans would destroy him. In order to keep Jetfire in a sort of insecure state, he locked him in vehicle form. The Fallen can do that. He can lock you in vehicle form. Anyway, so he sent Jetfire in vehicle form to a military base. A couple of the soldiers came up to him and said, "Why is there an SR-71 Blackbird here?" Nobody knew. So, it became part of their arsenal. So, they took the jet on a couple missions and whatnot. Eventually, they sold the plane to the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum, that big museum you see in Revenge of the Fallen. Unfortunately for Jetfire, that's where he would stay for about 20-ish years. Yeah, not the brightest move. Eventually, Sam and the others found him. They revived him with the shard from the Allspark. This not only reawakened Jetfire, it gave him a huge jolt of energy that he was able to break out of his vehicle form. Which is why when he's transforming, you see sparks and stuff just like popping out of him and he's just like falling apart. The age, though, like when he's finally in robot form, he's older than he remembers. And then, of course, then comes my favorite line from him. "Fire! I said fire!" Bullet bounces off of the door, goes all the way back. "Bollocks! Damn these worthless pots!" And breaks right through the freaking door of the museum. I mean, yeah, museum's not going to be happy. One of their planes is missing, and there's a huge hole in their museum. I mean, they're going to come there and see that. They're going to see that, and how do you think they're going to react? Probably not very well. So, as Jetfire stated, when they were in Egypt, a Prime, a living one, is he here, on this planet? Unfortunately, that Prime is dead. That was Optimus. Jetfire's wanted to see a Prime for his entire life, I mean, that's essentially one of the reasons he kept living. Like, he knew he lived a crappy life, but he wanted to see a Prime before he died. In the Battle of Egypt, he finally got to see a Prime, Optimus. So he figured, well, my life is complete. I've seen everything that I've wanted to see. And he did. Not only that, he sacrificed himself for that prime. So, you might think that Jetfire's a senile old fool with little to no interesting factors. That's not really true, you know? All he ever wanted to see was a real prime. And now that he finally got to see him and sacrifice himself for the prime, his character arc was completed. Unfortunately, there's a character in Transformers The Last Knight who did not get a complete character arc. That's Onslaught. All he wanted was a bigger door. Like, he didn't have to die. But Jetfire, like, he had a better character arc. Like, nobody really talks about it. I don't know why. Like, Revenge of the Fallen is better than people give it credit for being. And yeah, there are some parts that are a little bit contrived, but there was a writer's strike at the time. They were writing the movie as they were filming it. Like, that's like serious improv skills. Like, to actually make a movie while writing it, that's impressive. And people just see a sloppy written junk heap of a movie. I'm gonna say, that's not accurate, really. I liked Revenge of the Fallen. It's not a bad movie. It's not my favorite. In fact, it's my least favorite of them, but I still liked it. It was a pretty good movie. I mean, so yeah, let me know what you thought of Jetfire in the comments. And if there are any plot holes or errors in movies that you want me to go over and explain, just let me know, and I